10 trends I'm personally loving for myself and for my clients to bring into your fall wardrobe. Now, I'm not necessarily a pro trendy stylist, but I do think that in order to keep your wardrobe and keep your outfits modern and current and updated, it is nice to bring in an element of a trend and kind of what's going on. So the way that trends work is really you're in touch with kind of the world, what's going on with the world. Anyway, that's kind of how trends happen to come up. And obviously it's all about your style and what you feel most comfortable in. But I do encourage maybe bringing in one of these 10 elements, or there's tons of trends, there's more than just 10, but one of these 10, one of these 20 elements just to keep your look modern and playful and fun. So I'm very curious at the end of this video which trend you would like to incorporate into your fall wardrobe, but here are the 10 that I think are pretty fantastic. The first trend that we saw across the runway shows, and also now we're already seeing it in stores, are earth tones. So anything that's really related to the earth, lots of greens and kind of rust desert colors. We have a lot of blues. There's a Pantone color that's blue, kind of like the shirt that I'm wearing. Anything that's very related to the earth is very much on trend and also very wearable. The next trend that I'm personally incorporating and playing around with to add into my fall wardrobe are puffy shoulders and puffy sleeves. Now, this is not something for everyone. I think this is definitely a great trend if you're more of a pear body shape, which means that you're bigger down at the bottom, and so you're gonna bring in more volume up on top, or you're a rectangle shape, which means, like myself, I don't have too much of a defined waist, but I like this puffy sleeve kind of look because it makes my waist look smaller, and then I can incorporate a little bit more volume down at the bottom so that it balances out my body. Now, I get that this trend is a little bit more on the extreme. It's not for everybody, but I'm having fun playing around with it. So puffy sleeves, shoulders and bigger sleeves, but it is important that here that it's a little bit more fitted. Otherwise, if this is wide and then this is wide and just oversized, doesn't necessarily work. So if you want to play with this trend, just kind of look out for a more fitted bodice and then the puffy sleeve and the bigger shoulder. So I'm curious if you're going to want to try that one. Leave a comment for me below. The third trend that we're seeing this fall are wider leg pants, which I'm also a fan of. I really think that a straight leg or a little bit of a wider pant, I'm not saying oversized, but just a wider, I think it elongates the leg. It makes our legs look longer and thinner. I think this is a great trend, and we're seeing it in trousers quite a bit. We're seeing lots of different colors in trousers, and I think this is a great one. Even if you're working from home, there are so many wonderful brands of pants that are comfortable. In fact, there's even like a brand that's a tie between a yoga pant and a trouser. It's really worthwhile to check it out. Next trend that I'm also going to be playing with are knit dresses. So come fall and winter, just kind of a comfy little look is throw on maybe like a little bit of an oversized dress, full knit, belted, very comfortable. You can wear leggings underneath or some kind of tights. I think it's going to be a great look for the cooler weather, and it's also very feminine and flattering. I'm seeing a lot of button-up dresses this fall. I love this one here by Pirouette. I think it's a great fit. I think it's a great style, and I definitely have one in my wardrobe and in my capsule. It's a great like a go-to item if you're going out on a date, for work, in the office, a Zoom call. I think shirt dresses are a great item to incorporate into your cooler weather capsule. Belt bags are still around. This is a trend that probably started about a year or two ago, but now it's really practical. You can stick your sanitizer in there, your mask in there, whatever. You could belt it around your waist, or you can just wear it crossbody. It's basically like a little clutch. You can put your belt through it and wear it like a belt bag, or you can wear it as a clutch if you don't want to. But Auto Collection has a great belt bag. I will leave a link for you to check it out down below. The next trend that I'm also very excited about is color blocking. This was also big a few years ago, and I think it's so flattering. You can always have a color block down the middle, and it's just very flattering because it creates an illusion of a smaller kind of waist, and then you've got the paneling on the outside. So color blocking is on trend, and also patchwork is another trend. I'm kind of giving you two in one, but if This one's a little bit more modern. This one's a little bit more kind of boho chic, but I think both are really cute ways to bring in some of these trends into your look. Minimalism is out and bold jewelry and layering is in. So we're really seeing a lot of this kind of layering of necklaces. You can have 3, 4, 5 layers of necklaces kind of stacked one on top of the other. It looks so cute. You can really personalize it, make it your own art piece, if you will. I think it looks great over dresses. It looks great with kind of low cut shirts. It even looks amazing with turtlenecks and sweaters. But this is really cool. We just talked about it in the Auto de Ferrari Style Club, how you can personalize it. Some of our members have created these really cool looks with items that they've gotten from their kids, others from just like throughout the life when they bought a necklace on this trip, another necklace on this, a charm here and there, and they've just kind of put it all together. You could even stack a bunch of charms together into one like little cluster. It looks really cute. But anyway, more bold kind of jewelry is definitely more of an on-trend item this coming up season and this year. And last but not least, we did see more of like a Western kind of cowboy style in the past, and now it's more equestrian, so a little bit more upscale. And here you're seeing some really nice boots and just more of like a preppy kind of equestrian look, which I think is so chic, it's so fine, and I'll definitely be incorporating into my fall and winter wardrobe. And now I wanted to hear from you. What is your favorite trend to incorporate into your fall wardrobe? I do encourage you to just pick one. The easiest way to go about it is through color. You can incorporate an on-trend color even through a scarf, or again, through jewelry. You don't have to be trendy, but maybe just incorporating one element just to elevate your look, kind of refresh it, give it a little bit of current kind of modern touch, and it's really simple. So have fun with style, have fun with fashion, and leave a comment for me below about what you're seeing and loving this season. And if you have any style questions for me, I'd love to answer in these Style Minute videos. Again, last but not least, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook, and subscribe if you haven't already to this YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time on Auto Style Minute.